Hello, Oumajgad and the Black Ice development team. How you doing today? This is, of course, Gamer1745 with a bit of a complaint video. No, it shouldn't ruin your day. And yes, I can complain to friends, and you're still, I hope, friends. But yeah, this is a bit of a complaint video. Now we're going to start off with, yes, I understand. Yes, I understand what you're trying to do here. These here, you're trying to have them fire at their historical dates and not just simply dump them down in the bottom of the production queue to wait until you build up a bunch of ICs and then rush through the production later dates. Now, I do know that they did often, I don't not so much Germany, but just often that it happened that they would have, particularly on larger ships, partly built ships that they would then just stop working on them for 2 or 3 years, literally, and then start working on the ship, on that particular ship again. That was quite common, to stop and start production of particularly major ships, maybe not so much destroyers, but yeah. But it's, and these are obviously, well, they haven't made it now. They would combine all the aircraft to get one of the squadrons up going. But yeah, this in a way represents, or it's a half-built squadron. They're waiting to get all the airplanes to then go fly. Yeah, I get that. So I get the idea that you're trying to make us have them now instead of sort of gamily push them to the bottom and have them built later. Okay, I get that. Now, and that's a reasonable thing. What I don't like about it is if I choose not to get them now, because I know about them, but I choose to get them, say, in 6 months and a year, it is based on a percent of the ICs. So if I've grown my ICs, either by growing my ICs, building more, which is a reasonable and a game intended way to do things, or Anslush, taking Czechoslovakia or something, and then putting these units into production, they end up costing more. Now, maybe because, and again, various things that increase, well, I don't know here, but increase, increase the time and cost of production, something. I get that. That may balance it out. I don't know. I'm not a math guy. But they're going to end up costing more if I wait on them. So I sort of get the idea that there's an incentive to do it now, and a sort of realistic idea that you're paying for them. You can't do two things at once. You gotta pay for them. Right. Now here's the scummy thing that you're doing. This is scummy. Come on. This is going to cost approximately, and I think I have one that I just put in here. Oh, no. Well, here I remember, I think correctly. Artillery, anti-tank, reconnaissance. No, not airborne. Engineers, horse transports, and HQs. This is running right now 8 ICs, and yes, I did the math for the infantry divisions for the 180 days. You're getting it at a very slight savings. I calculated. I'm not good at calculating it. Maybe some of you guys calculated it more detailed, but you're getting it at maybe a bit of a savings, and you're getting it now instead of later. I get that. But by having this needing to reinforce up, it's costing me here reinforcements. And I don't know how long, I don't know for how many days, but it'll take a while at 4 ICs. If it takes 180 days, I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take more than 10 days. I know that. It's going to take more than 20 days to do this up. You're going to eat a lot of your, if not all of your savings, I don't know, for that. So it's a little scummy that you're doing this and then you're giving the unit not fully built up. I did notice that here they're fully built up. Yes, they have to go through the organization. They're not ready to go flying off on the first day for combat. Yep, that's cool. That part I'm not complaining about. I mean, that's normal. That's normal. That's good. It's just to get the sort of, so basically for me to get the historical symbol and division name and division, the regiments named somewhat appropriately here. To get that, I've got to pay a bit too much, I think, for it. I would reduce it down, the costs more, since these are a finite number, meaning you're not going, I can't just, unless I'm cheating or something, I can't just spam out a whole lot of these. So these are just these 4 divisions, and then yeah, I have looked here, you have in looks like October 36, beginning end of October, 2 more, both of 4. So it's not an endless amount of infantry divisions. Give them to the players a little bit cheaper. Yeah, I can cheat. I can go in and not cheat. Well, I could cheat, yes, but I can go in and change it, revert back to the old system or whatever for myself. But it's not just for me. It's for everybody else. Either give these significantly cheaper, not free, but significantly cheaper, or at least give them fully reinforced, deployed onto the field. Now, what I would do is get somebody, not myself, but somebody to figure out how many, and yes, I know it's variable based upon all these conditions here. These are all negative, which fine, good, whatever. That's not the point. So it does vary, but try to figure out how many supplies you would make having 8 ICs working for like 180 days. Get that number, and then figure out, I don't know, 4 times that number, 3 times that number. I don't know how big that number would be. And just like you do for things like this, have supplies at least whatever number, but make it 4 times or whatever, so that if you're likely hitting them on, if there's 2 of these at once or whatever, you're not gaming the system by not having enough supplies, and just make them pay for it in supplies when you do this. That way, why is that better? Well, one, you need to build up supplies. I encourage everybody with TRE to have an overproduction of supplies anyways. Having an overproduction of supplies, whether you spend it on events or spend it on supplying your forces as you plunge into Russia or something, you're still spending the supplies, and it's more flexible, because whether you're selling supplies to make money as Germany or whatever it is, I would make it cost supplies and not cost ICs. And yeah, just come up with sort of a fixed line base. And yes, like I say, I know this can be variable amounts, but that's how I would do it, is have if you're going to insta deploy instead of putting it in the production queue. Now, here's the problem with not putting it, also that's sort of scummy with not putting it in the production queue. You don't build up practicals. That's the other thing that also came to my mind, is that you're not building up practicals. That is, you should probably put it into the production queue, but fully built out, so that you just put it to the top and complete it. So that way you build up the practicals for the divisions. So you're insta deploying, again, better in the top of the product, fully ready to go in the production queue, and which would get rid of this thing. This just makes it scummy. This is just scummy. This is what triggered me making this video. Not that it's an insta deploy, but it was also the idea you're not building up practicals for other productions with the units. So please fix this in a hot fix. I mean, in one way or another, and not wait for 4.5 or 10.45 or some later, much later production. Please fix this in a hot fix. I would really appreciate it. Um, Thank you guys, all of you. Even though I disagree on some of these things, I really do appreciate all your hard work that you put into this. You do have my big thumbs up for that hard work. I know we're never going to agree on everything. That's not the point. But this is sort of, this bit here is sort of scummy, and it would be just better to put it fully built out in the production queue, or so nearly so, and do that. It would be better to do that, and that way you get the practicals as well. So thanks for watching. See you next time.